And I'm Christine Spiro. Good morning. Here's a look at today's top headlines in your WBTV Eye Opener. More people start using CBD. More and more shops are opening. You probably noticed that. Major cleanup happening near Mountain Island Lake as families try to dry out and repair their homes that were flooded earlier this week. The southeastern portions of Mecklenburg County all the way over to Bladen County. Voters here in this 9th congressional district have to vote for their representative once again. WBTV's David Hodges is reporting live this morning for us from Raleigh. David, you and our Nick Oxter, our chief investigative reporter, have been following this story from day one. Walk us through what's next in this process. Right now, one person is dead, 3 others injured after a shooting in uptown Charlotte. We're told the victims were found in the stairwell of an apartment building on Graham and 6th Street. We're keeping an eye on a case happening in Mecklenburg County Court today involving a man named Mahmoud Badi. Here he is. He's accused of murdering his girlfriend, Natalie Merrick, who was pregnant at the time. Police believe he then later dumped her body in a wooded area in Fort Mill, South Carolina. We covered it extensively when her body was found. It appears the 2 vehicles involved are still here at the crash scene, so this is going to take some time to clear up here. Officials have 485 outer closed, and you see traffic moving on the exit ramp here. They're using that ramp to divert traffic around this scene. We're breaking into programming to bring you this breaking news from uptown Charlotte. There was a shooting that happened in the vicinity of UNC Charlotte's uptown campus. Our Sky 3 is live over that scene here. This is at 9th and Brevard Street. Here's what we know. Information just coming in from Charlotte Mecklenburg Police. A bullet did in fact hit the UNC Charlotte building, again there in the uptown Charlotte campus, and you could see police still on the scene. There was a lockdown for schools in the vicinity as a precaution. It turns out that officers spoke with several witnesses who stated that they heard the gunshot. So as soon as we get word of something, we'll let you know. This is a moment where it's not about being first, it's about being right.
Exactly.
When you know that there are parents out there who want to know that their children are okay. We're talking about over 2,000 students, grades 9 through 12, who attend there. So this is quite an undertaking for officials to not only account for each and every student that is in the building, but to make sure that they get dismissed and released to the proper parent or guardian. It's going to be able to answer a lot of questions that I know we have as members of the media. We know that you have as members of the public. We're on standby right now waiting on a press conference that's supposed to be happening. But what a significant clue for them to have in this investigation, to see for themselves, not going off, you know, information that they're hearing from students when they're interviewing witnesses, but to see that video firsthand, I'm sure will be major in this case. Yeah. Friday, or better yet, Friday, means you can kick back, relax, and maybe even enjoy a nice drink. Lucky for you, it's also National Margarita Day. As we get older, we start thinking about retirement. For a lot of people, that means figuring out where they want to live. Yes. I saw Al and John just look at each other like, yeah, we're thinking about retirement. Bankrate.com ranked the best states to retire. Yeah, all, 16 hands on the trophy.
That's great.
I'm glad that they're all getting $50,000 each. That would have been bad if they had to split that. That would have been,
Yes.
B-A-D, bad.
There, well.
81-year-old Shirley Webb can deadlift 265 pounds. Whoa. I had to turn around and look for myself. I know. I'll take the one that folds your clothes for you.
I like that one.
Oh my goodness! In a heartbeat, I'll take that.
You liking that, huh? No need for the beer refill? That's okay?
No, I mean, he does drive me to drink sometimes, but no, I'm good.
There you go.
The red carpet certainly lived up to all the hype, and what I love about the lineup of celebrities they have this year, guys, it's not just athletes, but also actors and comedians like J.B. Smoove and Amanda Seales. They have TV hosts like Dr. Oz and Terrence J. You hear a lot of talking behind me because these volunteers have been busy. 1-800-592-1602 is the number to call to reserve your ticket now to win the St. Jude Dream Home and other great prizes. But you talk about the families it has impacted, and I have Slater and his mom Christina here. Like you said, Brigida, we're in Indian Trail. That's where the Dream Home is going to be built this year, on this beautiful 1-acre lot in a subdivision called Goose Creek Farm. And let's just go ahead and dig right in the dirt so we can make this official. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Hi, Michael. And if you didn't hear me in my last hit with you guys earlier in the hour, I announced that extreme home makeover designer Michael Maloney is going to be designing a suite in the home. You buying a ticket to win the dream home means you're making a difference for young patients fighting cancer right now, like Anna.
She said to me, there is no doubt. Yeah. There is no doubt. There's nothing else this can be.
We were very shocked. It didn't really resonate until we were here.
Recalling this day still seems surreal for Anna and her mom. Getting some of the worst news never has good timing. Anna was diagnosed the week after homecoming and right before another major milestone for any teenager.
Her Sweet 16 was coming up, and there's a college campus that has this fantastic party room. So we actually went there to check it out for her Sweet 16, and we got the call, and they told me that she had leukemia.
The cancer was AML, or acute myeloid leukemia, a cancer in the blood.
The oncologist just told us this probably means about 6 or 8 months at St. Jude. It's going to be a tough treatment because it's a very aggressive form of leukemia.
When doctors said Anna had to be up for a tough fight, they meant it. Her AML was treated with chemotherapy, which resulted in spending 100 days in ICU.
She had had her chemo and it was complicated by an infection, and then she got septic, which was a terrible, terrible infection, and she had to be on life support.
While St. Jude is considered one of the world's premier treatment centers for leukemia, we often hear about its overall care for not only the patients, but also their family members. No family receives a bill from St. Jude for housing, food, or treatment, something that's a huge relief, especially when you want to focus on getting your child well.
I mean, the medical bills alone would have just financially ruined us.
There's a lot of people that help support even outside of the medical field, and that was really what made the difference for us.
Right.
At this point, Anna has finished all her chemo. But there was one task still left unfinished.
Child Life also helped us with my Sweet 16. The Target House let us have it in their brand new dining room, which was actually designed by Chibajoyda Gaines from Fixer Upper.
We thought there was going to be 20 kids, and there was 50, and it was a blast.
They all drove up that day. It was very, very special.
Yes.
We had an amazing time.
Is using CBD for you. And what happens if you ever have to take a drug test? Mike Owens owns Charlotte CBD on Central Avenue. Their business is exploding, and they've only been open a mere 18 weeks.
We thought it would be successful, but nothing like what we've seen.
And it's not just CBD oils you can find here.
We got everything from suppositories, edibles, topicals. We have vapes, smokable stuff, pet treats, you name it.
The products here that contain THC, which is behind the high sensation when people smoke marijuana, are labeled, but they only contain trace amounts of THC, below the federal standard that would make them illegal, but enough to provide the relief Mike says his customers have expressed they're experiencing, from pain relief to anxiety and inflammation.
Just a few weeks ago, we had a lady come in as one of our first customers. She said she was on over 9 medications, and she came in last week or the week before last, and she's now on none of them.
So what if you use a CBD product and have to take a random drug test? We posed that question to Dr. Barry Sample with Quest Diagnostics, the nation's leading provider in drug testing, where millions of drug tests are administered every year.
Obviously, if the CBD product that somebody is using contains THC, then it's entirely possible that the use of that product, because it contains THC, actually would result in a positive urine drug test.
If the CBD product has no THC in it, you're safe, right? Dr. Sample says he's seen a case where a U.S. DOT worker did everything to make sure the CBD product he was taking was THC-free. But his drug test still came back positive.
He happened to have another bottle of the product that he had used. It was an unopened bottle of the same lot. He had it sent off for analysis, and lo and behold, it actually contained THC.
Which Mike says his business is fully aware of and goes as far as testing the products sold here to make sure what you see is what you get.